Hello everyone, I hope you're all feeling well and happy today, because today we're going to be reading Eric Carle's Book of Amazing Animals. And here we are, animals in this book. So we're going to be learning about animals of the rainforest, animals of the savanna, animals of the desert, animals of the ice and snow, animals of the ocean, animals of the mountains, animals of the forest, and animals around us. Alright, first one. Animals of the rainforest. Rainforest and jungles are huge areas of the forest, where it rains almost every day and it is very warm all year round. Up in the canopy, down on the forest floor, and underneath the earth, there is an exciting array of creatures to discover, from beautiful birds and noisy monkeys to spectacular reptiles and many more. Jungle friends. Sloth. Three-toed sloths are the slowest animal on the planet. They spend most of their lives in the treetops, hanging from branches and sleeping peacefully amongst the leaves for up to 20 hours a day. Here are some other creatures who share the sloth's jungle habitat. Armadillo, salamander, poison dart frog, peccary, coati, tapir, praying mantis, leafcutter ants, and anthieta. Monkey mischief, chimpanzee, orangutan, gibbon, gorilla, howler monkey, spider monkey. These clever monkeys are called spider monkeys because when they hang upside down from the trees, with their long arms and legs dangling down, they look like spiders. Cool reptiles. Yellow spotted river turtle, boa constrictor, yellow anaconda, caiman, alligator, iguana, and the double-crested basilisk. Now on the right side, what do we have here? Can you see them? Yep, chameleons. Chameleons are remarkable reptiles. They can change the color of their skin to cool their body down or to warm it up. Fantastic feathers. A toucan's large colorful bill makes up nearly half the length of its body. The bill's jagged edges are perfect for peeling fruit and catching insects. Here are some of the toucan's feathered friends. The quetzal, lovebird, macaw, hummingbird, parakeet, huatzin, cock of the rock, and peacock. Pretty in pink. Flamingo. Flamingos live in groups, with sometimes as many as thousands of birds in one flock. Their feathers turn bright pink as a result of the food they eat, and they will often stand on one leg for a long time. They can even sleep in this position. Now, what were your favorite animals from the animals of the rainforest? Did you find any that you really liked or found interesting? Did you maybe find their names a bit interesting? Did you like any animals' abilities? Animals of the savanna. Savannas are huge areas of grassland, peppered with trees and bushes. They are often found close to the equator, which is the middle point between the Earth's north and south poles, where the bright sun keeps the habitat warm all year round. This tropical environment is the perfect place for many remarkable creatures to set up home. Large plant eaters feast on the greenery, while mighty predators roam in the plains in search of their next meal. Fearsome felines. Lions are the only cats to live in groups, called prides. The female lions are the main hunters, while the males patrol the pride's home, its territory, and protect its members. Lion, lioness, and cubs. Panther, tiger, leopard, puma, jaguar, cheetah. Gentle giants. The world's largest land animals are truly gentle giants. Their bendy trunks are a very useful feature. They can suck up water and pick up food. They are even used to smell and talk to one another. Here is an elephant, and here is a calf. Up in the trees, giraffe. Giraffes are the tallest animals to walk the earth. A male can reach the dizzy heights of 5.5 meters. That's the same as 3 grown people standing on top of one another. Waterhole waders. Water buffalo, hyena, crane, zebra, bison, and crocodile. A spectacular waterhole creature is the hippopotamus. Hippos like to spend much of their day in lakes and rivers to keep cool, with just their eyes, nose, and ears above the water's surface. Here's a hippopotamus, and there's a calf. Rare beasts. Rhinos have huge horns made of keratin, which is the same material as human hair and nails. These beautiful beasts prefer to live their lives alone. They are enormous creatures, so it makes sense that when they do meet in a group, it is called a crash of rhinos. Here's a rhinoceros, and there's the calf. Now, in the animals of the savannah, which was your favorite animal? Was it maybe the tallest one, the rarest one, or maybe the ones that live in the water? Here's a quick question. What is something an elephant does with its trunk? Animals of the desert. A desert is a large area of dry land. Deserts often have few plants and very little water, but animals and plants have found ways to survive in these harsh habitats. Look closely at a desert and you might see a camel meander across the hot sand or a lizard dash out of its home in search of a meal. Wild and free. Kangaroos only live in Australia. They are large animals, but when a joey is first born, it is as small as a jelly bean. Here are some other creatures who live in hot and sandy habitats. There's a kangaroo and joey, rattlesnake, mule deer, wallaby, porcupine, dingo, bobcat, prairie dog, and vulture. Do you recognize any of these animals? Have you seen them before? Clever curves. Camels have humps on their backs. These humps contain fat that a camel can turn into energy when there is nothing else to eat in their hot, sandy desert home. When the hump is full of fat, it stands upright. When it is emptier, a camel's hump starts to droop. That's the camel. Animals of the ice and snow. The north and south poles at the top and bottom of our planet hold tons of water, frozen into ice and snow. It is hard to imagine animals living happily in such a cold wilderness, but this place is an important home for some truly magical creatures. Large polar bears hunt on the thick frozen sea ice, while seals rest on platforms of ice, and penguin chicks grow up in large colonies surrounded by this cold white world. An icy home. A chick and a penguin. Emperor penguins spend their entire lives in Antarctica. Chicks grow up in crutches, sticking together on the thick sea ice while their parents hunt for food. Here are some other creatures who live in icy landscapes. Walrus, polar bear, snow leopard, reindeer, Arctic hare, and musk ox. Have you ever heard of any of these before? Unicorn of the sea. A narwhal. A narwhal is a strange and beautiful species of whale. The males have a long spiraled tooth that juts out from his head. These mysterious sea creatures change color as they grow. Calves are blue-gray, adults are mottled gray, and old narwhals are nearly white. Animals of the ocean. Oceans make up about 70% of the Earth's surface, and this watery wilderness is full of fascinating creatures. Colorful fish flit in and out of vibrant coral reefs, and slowly moving animals drift across the sandy seabed. While out in the open ocean, giants of the sea swim for thousands of miles without stopping. And this page looks like it opens up. Blue beauty, or blue whale. The blue whale is the largest animal on Earth. Its heart is the size of a small car, and you can easily swim through its veins. It might be enormous, but the whale is truly a gentle giant, swimming calmly through the water while eating up 40 million krill a day. And on the right-hand side, we have porpoise and flying fish. Here are some more. In the deep, shark, octopus, sea turtle, barracuda, and lobster. Super senses, dolphin and carp. Dolphins live in large groups called pods and spend their days playing, chatting, and hunting. They use a series of high-pitched squeaks to help them find their food. This process is called echolocation. Terrific tentacles, jellyfish. These extraordinary creatures do not have a brain, bones, blood, or heart, and yet jellyfish have roamed our seas since before the time of the dinosaurs. That's amazing. Fantastic fish. This male seahorse has a pouch on his stomach, and inside a female has laid up to 200 eggs. As the eggs hatch, the baby seahorse clings to one another using their long tails as they float along in the ocean currents. Seahorse. Here are some others. Leaf fish, stonefish, trumpetfish, tilapia, Curtis fish, bullhead fish, lanternfish, pipefish, and lionfish. Coastal creatures. Pelicans are large, fast-flying birds with enormous throat pouches that they use to scoop up water and fish. Here are some other creatures who live by the seashore. Here's a pelican and a chick. Sea lion, gull, hawksbill turtle, puffin, starfish, and seal. Mobile home. Hermit crabs like to set up home inside discarded seashells. These crabs have strong, sharp pincers, but their bodies are soft so they can curl up inside the shell and hold on tight with their hooked tails. When a hermit crab outgrows its home, it must leave it behind and search for a bigger shell. Animals of the mountains. Mountains are huge landforms that can be found on every continent on Earth. People and animals have lived on mountains for thousands of years, but mountains are not easy places to call home, and animals have had to find clever ways to thrive in the face of snow-capped summits, little food, freezing winters, and steep rocky conditions. But mountains are also rather magical habitats. The view of the world from the top of a mountain is spectacular. Soaring high, golden eagle. Golden eagles are large birds of prey that soar above the mountains. A male and a female return to the same nest each year. When the eggs hatch, the male will feed the female and the chicks, while the female cares for their young. Here are some other mountain creatures: ibex, bald eagle, hare, yak, and Rocky Mountain goat. Big bear. Giant pandas spend a lot of time eating. A newborn panda is pink and weighs just 100 grams, but its mom and dad are big. Big bears indeed. To give them enough energy, a grown panda eats bamboo for up to 12 hours a day. And here's the giant panda and the cubs. Super snoozers. Brown bears live in mountains and forests all across the world. Like other bears, as the cold winter months roll in, they head into their dens for a long sleep called hibernation. These big beasts won't wake until the warmer spring sun arrives. Here's a brown bear and a cub. Animals of the forest. Forests are areas of land covered in trees that are growing close together. Trees can grow whenever there is a source of water, like a river. A tree makes the perfect home for lots of different creatures. Some nest in its highest branches, others build homes in its trunk, or dig burrows under its enormous roots. And the rivers that wend their way through even the densest greenery are also home to a diverse and fascinating array of creatures. Little burrowers. Wood mice. Wood mice sleep in burrows deep down in the ground during the day, coming out to find seeds and berries to eat under the cover of darkness. Nocturnal nature. Fox, bat, hedgehog, skunk, red wolf, and rat. And here's an owl. Owls are silent nocturnal hunters who eat smaller creatures like mice. When they spot their prey, they swoop and catch it with their sharp talons. Terrific treetops. Flying squirrels glide from tree to tree with ease. They can even turn 180 degrees in mid-air to avoid predators such as owls. Here are some other creatures who live up in the trees. So we have a flying squirrel, a squirrel, pigeon, woodpecker, crow, swallow, chickadee, sparrow, blackbird, and blue jay. Forest friends. We have a roe deer and a fawn. A roe deer fawn is born with white spots on its fur that fades as it grows. For the first week of its life, these spots help the fawn blend in with the long grass it hides in, camouflaging it from predators. Cuddly critters. We have a koala. Koalas live in Australia, and these marsupials have very hard bottoms. A solid backside helps a koala settle into a comfy position in the fork of a tree to have a long snooze. River residents. We have a frog, great blue heron, tadpole, swan, minnow, cygnet, and electric eel. Mallards are dabbling ducks. They will tip their bottoms into the air and dip their heads under the water to eat the plants on the shallow riverbed. Bizarre beasts. The duck-billed platypus is a strange-looking creature only found in the rivers of Australia. It has the beak and feet of a duck, the body and fur of an otter, and the tail of a beaver. Duck-billed platypus. Animals around us. People and animals have lived and worked together for thousands of years. Animals bring us a lot of happiness, and many people around the world share their jobs, their homes, and their gardens with a mix of fascinating creatures. Can you guess what some of those animals could be? Maybe you might have some. Plenty of pets. Dogs have an extremely powerful sense of smell. They can use their noses to help humans track lost items, and they can even smell some medical conditions. Here are some other popular pets. Snake, cat, hamster, tortoise, parrot, gerbil, goldfish, lizard, and rabbit. Fabulous farms. Male chickens are called cockerels. A cockerel likes to make a loud noise at dawn to warn other cockerels that this farmyard belongs to him. Cock-a-doodle-doo! Here are some other farmyard creatures. Chick, hen, cockerel, turkey, donkey, pig, goat, cow, horse, and sheep. garden guests, worm, caterpillar, spittlebug, click beetle, stag beetle, grasshopper, cricket, ant, spider, snail, and aphids. Honeybees. Honeybees live in hives with one queen bee, male drones, and female worker bees. A worker bee will make 1/12 of a teaspoon of honey in its lifetime. Wonderful wings. Butterfly. During hot weather, butterflies sometimes gather at puddles to slurp up the minerals in the water and soil. These meetings are called puddle clubs. And here are some other wonderful wings. Cicada, luna moth, wasp, mosquito, firefly, ladybird, locust, moth, bumblebee, fly, and dragonfly. Have you ever seen any of these before? And that was Eric Carle's Book of Amazing Animals. Now, did you learn something about animals in this book? Did you find out about some animals you may have never heard of? Or did you learn something about an animal that you already knew about? Anyways, that was Eric Carle's Book of Amazing Animals. If you liked the video, like and subscribe. Bye bye!